gather round. If you haven't got hats, gather round, pretend you've got a hat.
Today was the last day of Towns of Culture 2025, but it was also the first day of Portland and Weymouth's cultural sectors working together forevermore. A huge part of Portland and Weymouth Towns of Culture was to give financial opportunities to communities and to artists to put on new artworks that they have always wanted to put on. The key thread that's run through it all is this is giving resources to artists from Portland and Weymouth to work with communities from Portland and Weymouth to put on the culture that they want to put on, that matters to them the most. And it's worked. People have come and have celebrated what we've got to offer.
Portland Adventure has gone extremely well. We've had some fantastic live performances of opera, theatre and music running from the 1st of December through until the 20th of December.
We've got a cello sonata in the church, we've got Hamlet down in the castle, we've got the story of Ethel G, the Portland spy.
Tamsin, I thought, was captivating. I loved watching her. I loved the way she spoke.
When I started singing it, I was like, oh, no one's going to stop talking. This is really awkward. But then suddenly it kind of hushed.
Given that there was, you could almost hear a pin drop throughout the whole thing and it was a crowded room, it showed how it was quite a gripping performance.
I thought it was just, well, it was like a theatre, really.
What's really good is these kind of homegrown events. It's a mixture of really high-class professional talent, but in a very local setting.
It's a time of bringing people together, and it feels like a perfect moment to have lots of pop-up artworks going on around Weymouth and Portland that are facilitating that sort of community and people coming together and having a lovely time.
We're at the play called You'll Be Merry, and I have enjoyed it very much. I would recommend it to young and old.
We also created a walkabout offer with the same characters from the show. So we roamed around Weymouth Town Centre over a few days and interacted with the public.
My mum was just looking on the internet and she found this, and I really wanted to go. So then when we went, I was very happy because of how good it was.
The diversity was incredible. We've had wind phones celebrating what death and dying is to a living community.
I'm at the Royal Manor Theatre and it's the Final Journey exhibition, and there's lots of different people who've taken part, artists and non-artists, and they've all created something that represents their final journey, what they'd like to take with them.
To be fair, considering it's an event about death, it's quite light-hearted. Everyone sort of seems quite happy and is very open to talking about it, and it's removed a bit of the taboo, perhaps, about death. Because everyone's very keen to speak about it and speak to each other about it and about their experiences.
Everybody who was in here so far as a visitor, they all said it was really amazing, and they took what they need, and I think that's a very powerful sentence. So I got out of it what I needed.
Having these sort of art exhibitions on the island is quite nice, because I feel like a lot of people seem to think that you have to go to all these massive galleries to experience art, when in reality it's probably all around us. You just need to look in the right places.
So today in Tudor House we have a reenactment group called Tudor Household. Part of Towns of Culture and Reveal, we wanted to bring it to life rather than just coming in and looking at some of the very interesting artefacts we've got. It brings it alive when you've got people here and children who are actually here playing Tudor games, Elizabethan games. We've had people here today who have lived in Weymouth all their lives, and we've learned a lot from them about what their families did and why they lived. But also people who are visiting as well. And they've got visiting relatives, and they've come in today and they've been fascinated.
Today we've been outside the Rectory. It's a fascinating building that hasn't had anything happen in it for the last 10 years, and today could mark the beginning of many things that could happen in that building, driven by culture. We've had pop-art performances, we've had music, we've had community choirs, we've had poetry classes, all for free, colouring in sessions, and the most important perhaps, hat making sessions, because today was all about passing the hat from Portland and Weymouth on to Wimborne Minster, because they are the next towns of culture.
We're looking at carrying on our work, bringing even more people into the work, doing even more crazy things across Portland and Weymouth, and we're looking at going for more funding and more grant money to keep this happening and to keep this going, because we don't want to let it go.
I think for me the last year was seeing what happens when your local authorities, your town councils, your business communities and your creative communities come together. That's the power, is suddenly seeing that everybody sees their differences but actually can see what we can all do for each other. That's community building. That's what this last year has felt like.
Early days, busy street, freewheeling round with Jim and Pete. Not a care in the world, life's a game to play. The sun's coming up over Weymouth Bay, and Big Pete calls my door at 8. We got double math, sorry, not sorry, we're late. Bell goes for break time, we hit the floor. Moonwalks in the school corridor. Gotta get a paper round, pedaling around and around and around. Gotta get a paper round and settle down. One final song.